is on.
Okay, guys, welcome to Basic this morning. We're going to be looking at triangles today. We did circles on Monday, so today we're going to get into triangles a little bit. And the two things we're going to look at is area and perimeter of a triangle. Okay, so for the perimeter, what I want to do here is so let's say this side is 8 feet, this side is 10 feet, and this side is 7 feet. So what the perimeter means, perimeter is just the area all the way around the triangle. And what you would do for perimeter is you would just add the three sides together. So in this case, you would add the 10, the 8, and the 7. So the perimeter would be 25 feet. Okay, so perimeter is just adding all three sides together. Okay, and that makes, pretty much perfect sense. You're just adding around the outside or of all three sides. So in this case, it was a 7, the 8, and the 10. So, and this one would be like kind of a right triangle. Okay, and then if we have an equilateral triangle, that would mean all three sides are the same. So in this case, if it was 7, 7, and 7, you would know it's going to be 21 feet because you're just adding three sides. Same thing over here. You would just basically add the three sides. So that one's going to be 21. And what will happen sometimes is you'll see it's an equilateral triangle. You're like, oh, all three of those sides are equal. And what it might do is it might just give you 7, but you realize that's an equilateral triangle, so you know all three sides are the same. So you know this one's going to be 7, and that one's going to be 7. So if you get on a test and you see an equilateral triangle and you only see one side listed, don't freak out. Be like, oh, that's an equilateral triangle. All three sides are 7. So I'm just going to add 7, 7, and 7. It's going to be 21. Okay. Another thing it might do, for example, is just so you know, well, let me erase that. I'm sorry. It might give you, it might say A side, B side, C side. That's an equilateral triangle, okay? And what it's going to say down at the bottom is C equals 7. So you know that the bottom or the base is 7, but you know it's the equilateral triangle. So you're just going to add 7, 7, 7, because you know all three sides are 7 because equilateral triangle. It might only give you one side, but you're going to know that's an equilateral triangle. So I'm just going to add 7, 7, and 7. Okay. Let's do one more perimeter. Remember, perimeter, you're just adding all three of the sides. So if we have like this one and triangle might look something like that. And say this side is 4, this side is 7, and this side is 10. Well, if it asks you to find the perimeter, what you're going to do is you're going to add the 4 plus the 7 plus the 10, and it's going to be 21, and we'll say feet here. It's just adding all three of the sides together. That's how you find perimeter, okay? So perimeter is pretty straightforward. You're just going to be adding all three of the sides together, okay? But what you'll have to do is every once in a while, it'll ask you to find area. So area of a triangle is going to be 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so for a triangle, that's the formula you're going to use. And what we'll do here is I'll start with a real basic kind of a right triangle. Okay, so let's say the base is 8 feet. We'll just do 8, 6, and 4. Okay, so you're going to say, oh, how do I know what the height is? Well, this side right here, this 4, you know the base is what the triangle sits on. So the base is going to be this one right here. And then we know how high does this triangle go? Well, it goes up 4 feet because this side goes from the top to the bottom. So in this case, we know what the base and the height is. Remember, the base is kind of what the triangle sits on, okay? And the height is how tall the triangle is. So the one that isn't really significant in this one is this 6 over here. When we're trying to find the area, we really don't need to worry about that side. We're more concerned about the base, which in this case is 8, and the height of the triangle, which is 4. Okay, so we're just going to plug these numbers in. So in this case, area equals, so the base is going to be 8, and the height's going to be 4. And it's 1/2 of that. So 8 times 4 is 32, and 1/2 of 32 is going to be 16. So the area of this triangle is 16 because we have the base, which is 8, and we also have the height. So you just plug the 8 and the 4 into there. It's the base times the height, which is 32. And then you take 1/2 of 32, which is going to be 16. Okay, so the area is 1/2 base times height. Okay, so let's, I want to do another one here. Because sometimes you're going to get, say you get an equilateral triangle. So we'll say 9, 9, 9. And what you'll see a lot of times is you'll see a dotted line that goes like this. And that's the height. And what you'll see is like a number. So let's say it's 6. And you're going to see a dotted line going up to the middle of the triangle. That's going to indicate that's the height of the triangle. So in this case, we're just using feet. So the height's going to be 6 feet. Let me make that a little bit smaller. I know it's hard to see sometimes. So when you see that, that's indicating that's the height of the triangle is 6 feet. Remember, area is going to equal 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, in this case, we know the base is 9. And from this, we can see the height of the triangle is 6. And then we would just do 1/2 of that. So 9 times 6 is 54. And then you just take 1/2 of that, which is 27. So area equals 1/2 the base, which is 9, and the height in this case is 6. So a lot of times, you guys, you'll see a line that goes from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle, which isn't a side. It's just telling you what the height is. And now if we back up and it says, what's the perimeter of this triangle? Remember, the perimeter is just all 3 sides add up. So it'd be 9 plus 9 plus 9. So the perimeter is going to be 27. And the area for this triangle also happens to be 27. Okay. So let's do another one of those right triangles. And the right triangles are real easy to do the base times the height. You're going to see this. So this side is going to be the height. So we'll say in this case, the height is 8. we'll say the base is 12, and this side we'll say is 14. But remember, so area equals 1/2 the base times the height. Okay, so we know what the base is. That's what the triangle sits on. So the base in this one's going to be the 12. And we know the height because we see the triangle starts right here and it goes all the way up to there. And that's going to be, we'll say these are all feet. So let's plug it in. Area equals 1/2. The base is 12 and the height is 8 feet. So 8 times 12 is 96. And then 1/2 of 96 is 48. So the area would be 48 feet. Now, if I asked you to find the perimeter for this, it's just adding all three sides together. So it'd be 8 plus 12 plus 14, which is 20, 34. Okay. So those are the two things we're going to work on today. It's just I want you to just find the perimeter, which is just adding all three sides together, and then the area, which is the 1/2 base times height. Okay, let's do one more here. And we'll do another one of those equilateral triangles. And let's say, we'll just say it's 10. So all three sides are 10 feet. So if I asked you to find the perimeter, you would say 10 plus 10 plus 10. It's going to be 30 feet. Okay. But the area on this is going to be 1/2 the base times the height. We have the base, so what you'd see in this basically triangle is there'd be something that would go, and we're going to say that the height of this triangle is 6 feet. Okay, so now we have the base, it's 10 feet, and the height is 6. So we can plug that, all those numbers in. So it's going to be 1/2. The base is 10 times the height, which is 6. So 10 times 6 is 60, and 1/2 of 60 is going to be 30. So the area is going to be 30 feet. Okay. So in a right triangle, you guys, remember the height is always going to be this side right here, because that's going to be from the bottom of the triangle up to the top of the triangle. So in a right triangle, you're not going to usually see that dotted line going up to it, because we know in this case, if we say the height is 7 feet, so that side is telling you how high the triangle is. And remember, the base is always what the triangle sits on. So in this case, this is going to be the base, and we'll say in this case the base is 9. So when you're finding area, this side over here is the one we're really not going to worry about. This side over here, we're not going to really worry about that because we only need the base and we only need the height, even though this might be like, say that's 11. But we're finding the area, we're not going to have to worry about that side over there. Only the perimeter, because the perimeter we're adding all three sides. But for the area, we're just doing the base of the triangle times the height. So in this case, it would be 1/2. The base is 9, and the height is 7. 7 times 9 is 63, and 1/2 of that would be 32.5 feet. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some practice. Just remember the perimeter, if we go up to the top, just remember perimeter is you're just adding all three sides together. So you're going to add just three sides, add them up, and that's going to be your perimeter. And remember, every once in a while, they'll slip an equilateral triangle in there where it's only going to give you maybe it might say C is 7, and it might not give you the how long it is on the actual triangle, but it tells you down below, well, if C is 7, I know it's an equilateral triangle, B is going to be 7, and then A is going to be 7, so it's going to be 21. So sometimes that's how they do it. They're going to give you an equilateral triangle. They'll tell you what one of the sides is down below, but you're going to say, well, all three of those sides are equal, so I know each side is 7. And then for area, just remember, area is this formula right here. It's the 1/2 base times the height. And for the right triangle, you're going to see the height is going to be from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle. It's going to be that side that starts at the bottom and goes to the top. And if you don't have that right triangle, you're going to see something where there's a line going up from the bottom of the triangle to the top of the triangle. That's always going to be your height. Okay. And remember, the base is always what the triangle sits on. All right. So I'll give you guys some practice. You can work on that. And we'll try to review this tomorrow. I'll post something tomorrow. And we'll try to review this on Friday. All right, you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.